Hi, to write a solution for comp sort, this time let's just write a bubble sort first, then adjust the function to make it a comp sort. And comp sort is a variant of bubble sort. It's like shell sort to insertion sort is considered to be an enhancement. Uh, but there's a catch. I have a question and I want to ask you by the end of this video. So I would really hope you can check it out. So let's write a bubble sort first. So function bubble sort takes in an input array, and if input array doesn't have at least two elements, we return the input array, and then we can do a do while loop, right? Passing condition first, and we need a variable called swapped. This is the indicator. This is a very important one. We will talk about this later. So in the beginning of the do while loop, let's set the swap indicator to false, and let's start loop through the whole array. So let I equals to 0 and I smaller than input array and I plus plus. Okay, stop at the second to last element, remember? So if input array at the index of I is bigger than index I plus 1, then okay, so it means we need to do a swap. So let temp equals to one of the values start, and update the placeholder with the new value, update the other placeholder with the value we store in the temp reference. So this is going to do the swap. After the swap, let's update the swapped indicator to true, and after this is done, we will check if by the end of it either we have swapped any value. If yes, we do this again. If not, means our array is sorted. So let's return our input array. Let's test our solution by console.log bubble sort, passing an unsorted array. So I believe we can use another one here. Let's run node comp sort. As you can see, our array is sorted. Okay, so now what's left to do is to adjust this function and make a comp sort. So first thing we do, comp sort input array, same here. Let's swap, let's leave it there first. Then we need to declare a gap value and use the shrink factor inside the do while loop. But first, let's just have it equals to the length of the array. And in here, let's check. Gap equals to gap, is it bigger than 1? If it is, then we need to get the value of gap divided by 1.3, which is our shrink factor, and if it's equals or smaller than 1, then we will just return 1. Alright, so this statement, let's move on to this statement. So this statement will later can be rewrite into this, right? If we are using the bubble sort, and 1 can be actually replaced by gap. So this is how it works. And have I plus plus can stay here, and then I plus 1 will be equal to I plus gap, and we do the same for the rest of the statement, and voila. So after this statement is gone, nothing is changed, and we will continue loop through the running the block of code in the do block if our gap is still bigger than 1. after this is done, or it indicates the swap is equals to true. And after this function is done, I think our array will be sorted. So let's run this again. Okay, so we forgot to change this function name. Let's name it to ChromeSort. Run this again. Again, our array is sorted. So what's the catch? What's the catch here? So this function itself is by all means ChromeSort, but I have read a function online that saying that we basically it didn't indicate that, but it was implemented in a way that we don't really need a swap indicator. Let me show you how it means. How I mean. So we don't really need this, and we don't really need this, and we don't really need this as well. Even though in Wikipedia, it's specifically told us that we need to rerun the bubble sort at last step until the array is sorted. But somehow I cannot find any input array that's going to require us using the algorithm that needs to run the bubble sort for multiple loops. So we don't really need the swap. And let's rerun the function. You see, again, our array is sorted and we didn't use the swap indicator. So is it really the same concept as bubble sort? I don't know anymore. Let's try another example. This time a more complicated one. Again, you see our array is sorted. So I actually tried to find out a specific uh, entry that's going to have a goal. My goal is when we were running bubble sort, right? We are going to look for this case. So we have a smaller value, and then we have at least two bigger value that's bigger than the small value. So we will need at least two turns until running two loops until our array is sorted if we are using bubble sort. But if we are using the above algorithm, I just cannot output an array that's going to, maintain this structure until we reach the bubble sort, meaning gap equals to one level. And I really hope that someone can just leave down a comment and tell us in what case, in what um, sort of input array that we need to run the bubble sort for multiple times. But as far as I can tell for now, this is okay. This is okay. This can work on negative values and zeros and float, no problem. So we will see. So thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it.